Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, what we are doing here is curtain installation. One thing is, when you are done with everything, the finishing matters. No matter what, whatever you've gone through during your construction process and stages, the finishing is the most important thing to complete your whole journey. So what we are doing is the curtain installation. Curtain can transform your home, that it will even surprise you. One thing I always tell people is, when you are doing the thing, do it the right way. As long as it is your property, even though if you are going to rent, try and do it the right way. When it comes to curtains, there are so many on the market. What you are going to see in this video, from the intro, you can tell how the whole thing turned out. Everything you see is custom made. Yes, measurement is being taken. You make your selections. There are so many colors, varieties of materials, but what we use to do our work is the high quality blackout. So there's not going to be any sunlight that is going to penetrate through the material. It is total blackout. Once you shut the whole curtains, everywhere is dark. That is the standard we are using. So if you see this video and you'll be thinking the curtains are cheap, trust me, they are not at all. But every penny you spend on curtains is worth it. There are so many of them on the market. But when you are finishing your house, one thing that is going to transform the space totally, curtains is number one. You understand? What I do for all my clients and all the properties that I work on is, when we get to the finishing stage, I make sure we go in for the high standard curtains. That is what is going to complement all the decor that you did. So in this video, you have to watch very carefully. We go to a stage whereby I showed the material, the texture, just for you to see what we are talking about here. You might be thinking you would want to import your curtains and come and use it in your house. Mostly what people don't know is, if you want to import your curtains, the right thing you have to do is get the actual fabric, the whole fabric. So let's say if you are going to use maybe brown color, get the whole bundle and import it. When you bring it, the sewing can be done here and all the measurements will be accurate. But if you want to buy already made, thinking you are going to get something like this, it's never going to happen. You understand? This particular design you see in this video is called pinch pleats. So the pinch pleats, it has a lot of folds, just as you saw in the intro. There are so many types. We have another one that is called the ring type, the box pleat, a whole lot. You understand? So any kind of design that you want, it can be done for you. But if you want to buy already made, if you go to these shopping malls, it's either the rings type, and also the material is even very, very, very light. Very light. So you can never compare it. If you look at this video and you see these curtains, the way it looks like, just from the video, you can see how quality it is. That is the same way the price is very high as well. One thing we don't consider in construction is, some of this finishing, you might not even think it will cost you like that. So anything when it comes to your finishing stage, you have to pay much attention to it. You understand? So watch the video and see how we're able to transform the entire place. This particular property, you saw the painting, you saw the wiring, you saw the POP. Basically, the whole journey is on the channel. So if you are new to the channel, go all the way back and you are going to understand where we started from. There are some little things that will be added to the space, but we are still working. So this video specifically is for curtains. So those of you that are interested in getting a custom made curtains, you can pick the number in the video and we'll get you sorted. There are varieties of colors. Any color that you think is going to complement your space or your interior decor, go for it. We can get it done for you. When it comes to the pricing, because it is custom made, you pick the material, measurement is being taken, step-by-step process, then the invoice comes. That is basically how the whole journey works. For curtains like this, maximum it takes about, after the measurement is being taken, the sewing might take you, maximum should be 8 days. If your house is very huge, you should be looking around probably by 2 weeks time. The installation process should take you about 5 days. But if you have maybe a 3-bedroom house, probably sewing should be around 4 days. Then the installation should be maybe 2 days. That is it. One thing you can also do to reduce your cost when it comes to you buying your curtains, I mostly advise my clients that you can do your living area, a very beautiful curtains like this. Your master room also can have a very nice curtains like this. Maybe the other rooms you can go in for the blinds. Obviously your washrooms are blinds, your kitchen is blinds. Some of the garage, if you have a garage, the window there is going to be blinds. Guest washroom is going to be blinds. So the major places that you can invest and get a beautiful and quality curtains, your living area, your master bedroom. These 2 places you can get a curtains and get a quality one. The other rooms you can choose to do curtains, and some of them too you can do blinds. So it all depends on the kind of finishing you want. But if you have the money and you want to do everything, curtains, that one is also very, very nice, because when you enter into a room and you see the curtains, that is the first thing you are going to notice. And the finishing that was going on with this particular property here, I've been saying this thing from the very moment you start your construction, your building. You should have a plan. I'm not talking about a constructional plan. That one is there. That is where you are going to get the whole structure. But when you are entering into the finishing, you should have the plan offered. You should know the kind of furniture that is going to be there. You should know the color. You see, your tiles. You have to consider all these things so that you can know how to, plan every single thing. Because even for the lighting system, you should be able to tell the kind of light that you will be using, how you are going to arrange it. All this plan, you have to know it before you take any step. Because any stage you get during the construction journey or the building journey, it just follows up, it adds up. So if you miss one stage and you go to the next one, and later on you see someone's video and you think, oh, I wanted some of this thing, it might cost you a lot of money. You understand? Some of them you can't even do it. Some of them is not anything that money can get for you. You would be forced to live with it. That is why you always have to get someone with that kind of, to handle your work for you. Simple as that. Because any step when it comes to your building journey, you have to get there. You just have to understand what you want at the final stage. If you look at the painting, if you look at the couch, if you look at the curtains, if you look at the tiles, you can tell everything. We had a plan, you understand? We had a design already. We knew the kind of colors that we were going to bring out here. So any particular stage that we got, we know what we were doing. Everything is just blending, not too much colors, but the tone is just about reduction from the paints to the couch to the curtains to the towels. Every single thing you see in this video is just matching. You understand? So that is one major thing you have to understand. Building is not cheap. Building is not easy. So if you have the money and you don't get the right people and you want to just waste it just because you want something cheap, it's going to cost you. Building in Ghana here, one thing I will advise most people is when you are building in Ghana here, there are so many artisans here. So many of them. And what most people don't know is these artisans, some of them, they come, they do their work, they take their money, they are gone. If they know that, they did something wrong on the site, you are never going to call them and they will answer the phone. They will never answer your call again. Some of the experiences that I went through at the early stages, it's serious. So I know what I'm talking about. So if you are trying to get people to handle stuff for you, just be mindful because materials are expensive. So for someone to come and mess up with your materials, it's going to be a problem. One of these days, we are going to talk about this dampness and leakages in building, fire outbreaks on new projects. You will never understand.